Welcome to Gun News Review. Attorneys for the state of New York on Monday are expected to ask a federal judge to dismiss the NRA's free speech lawsuit. The suit was brought 4 months ago, accusing the state agency that regulates New York's banks and insurers of using selective enforcement to harm the NRA's long-standing corporate relationships. The NRA claims the state is trying to bankrupt the gun rights group. The NRA is seeking a claim for tens of millions of dollars in damages, but New York responded that the NRA's First Amendment rights have not been violated through the state's use of enforcement actions to punish violations. In a motion to dismiss last month, the state argued the NRA has failed to because it cannot allege any particularized instances of speech that have directly been stifled by the defendant's alleged conduct. With the future of gun rights possibly balancing on whether the Senate confirms Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh, the NRA is continuing to run ads in his support.
4 liberals on the Supreme Court would take away your right to self-defense.
What does the Second Amendment mean to you? It's not the right of an individual to keep a gun next to his bed.
4 liberal justices oppose your right to self-defense. 4 justices support your right to self-defense. President Trump chose Brett Kavanaugh to break the tie. Your right to self-defense depends on this vote.
The 7-figure national and regional ad campaign was announced last month by the NRA. Gun control groups say Kavanaugh's views on the Second Amendment are extreme and aligned with the gun lobby. The NRA has launched a new informational website dedicated to stopping Washington State's gun control ballot initiative. The NRA says initiative1639.org comes loaded with the latest news headlines, tips, and information available to help Washington citizens take the fight directly to the legislature. The site says that under the initiative's definition of semi-automatic weapon, many hunting guns, competitive shooting rifles, and target shooting guns that match the current definition of rifle under Washington state law would all become assault rifles. It says that even rimfire rifles like the Ruger 1022, the Remington 597, or Marlin Model 60 are included in the law. The site also has a guide for download as well as a link to donate in the fight. There was a bit of an uproar this week from anti-gun students at Elon University in North Carolina after a student put an NRA flag to hang from his third-floor dorm room window. The flag was later removed. Some students say it was inappropriate and made them feel uncomfortable. One student went as far as to say the flag could trigger some people. The roommate of the student who hung the flag says he was surprised by the attention it got. Another student promised more flags will be coming soon. You're listening to Gun News Review. Massachusetts Democratic gubernatorial candidate Jay Gonzalez this week called on Governor Charlie Baker to reject any NRA special interest money from being spent in the state to support his campaign. Gonzalez said that should include all support from the Republican Governors Association, a close ally of the NRA and a frequent recipient of NRA money. Gonzalez said the people of Massachusetts deserve a governor who is not beholden to or associated in any way with the NRA and its efforts to prevent or roll back common sense gun laws that save lives. Baker has not said if he would agree to the request. Long Island, New York Democrats have canceled a major political fundraiser because the event's venue will also be hosting an NRA fundraiser and gun auction. The Nassau County Democratic Party had planned the October 22nd event at the Inn at New Hyde Park. County Democratic Chairman Jay Jacobs says several schools are located near the business and that it's appalling that the NRA would auction firearms so close to schools. Hundreds of Democrats were expected at the party's fundraiser, including Governor Andrew Cuomo, the frequent critic of the NRA. And this weekend, you'll have a chance to own a major piece of American and gun history. The only M1 Garand owned by the legendary gun designer John Garand will go up for auction. General George Patton called the M1 Garand the greatest battle implement ever devised. The Garand is also frequently referred to as the gun that won World War II. The gun on the auction block is a 1/1,000th rifle built on the assembly line of the Springfield Armory. It's stocked in highly figured walnut and cased with accessories, including 8 gold-plated .30-06 cartridges. The rifle was presented to Garand at his retirement ceremony in 1953. Offered for sale by the Rock Island Auction Company, the rifle is expected to fetch up to $375,000. You've been listening to Gun News Review, comprehensive and concise.